Well, ladies and gentlemen, for today's demo, we are having two kinds of pilots. On the one hand, our state-of-the-art highway pilot system on the road, and on the other hand, a human pilot in our helicopter, establishing an audio-visual connection to our drivers. We spared neither trouble nor expense, but please condone our 5 seconds delay due to technical reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see a live demo of a platoon. It means a group of trucks link up by using electronic coupling. In our case, and as Wolfgang already said, we use 3 trucks. You all know platoons are not completely new. Daimler trucks, as well as other manufacturers, have started to test platoons quite a while ago. But what we do today is not just more of the same, it's not just another platoon. Our platoon today is something the world has never seen before. And the reason is the trucks in our platoon are semi-autonomous trucks. All of them are running the latest upgrade of our highway pilot system, and all of them are running with Highway Pilot Connect. The name says it all. Highway Pilot Connect enables semi-autonomous trucks to connect with each other. But before we go any further, let's switch to our main actors. Let's switch to the drivers and their trucks. They are already on the road, riding down the Autobahn A52. And as you can see right now, there is no platoon. There's no autonomous driving. The drivers have their hands on the steering wheel. They drive their trucks the very old-fashioned way. So let's say hi to them. So, hey guys, great to have you on the show. So, how is everything? Are you ready to platoon? And we
Absolutely. Can't wait to show you a few tricks.
Oh, great then. Then let's start the show. And it all starts with 2 magic buttons. The blue button to activate the highway pilot, and that means semi-autonomous driving. And a light blue one to activate Highway Pilot Connect. So, dear colleagues, please press them now.
All right on, Sven.
So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, our trucks run a system check. For example, if all sensors and cameras are on, if the speed and position of our trucks are correct, and if other platoonable trucks are available in some close distance. If so, the driver in truck 1, the lead truck, gets the information Highway Pilot Connect is available. He then has to confirm, yes, Highway Pilot Connect may take over. So driver 1, Hans, did you get this information already?
Got it. Now I allow the system to take over.
Okay, see, the driver takes his hands off the wheel. Looks kind of familiar already. So truck number 1 now is in semi-autonomous mode, and it allows other trucks to connect to it. Now the driver in truck number 2 gets the same information. Highway Pilot Connect is available. So driver 2, Michael.
Yes, got the info, and I let the system take over.
All right. So driver 3, Bernhard, it's your turn. Is Highway Pilot Connect available for you as well?
Yes, and I confirm that the connection can be established.
All right. So 2 things just happened. First, special lights went on, yellow lights on top of the truck and the trailer tell other motorists this is a platoon. And secondly, the trucks started to build the platoon. They do so by getting much closer to each other. Now that they are on autopilot, they can dramatically reduce the distance. They can reduce it to 15 meters, whereas the usual distance is 50 meters. This has important advantages. It improves aerodynamics. Fuel consumption and greenhouse gas emissions are reduced by up to 7% for the entire platoon. And that's a lot. Another benefit, a platoon needs much less space. This one, with 3 trucks, needs 80 meters instead of 150. And this means platoons make much better use of our infrastructure. The Autobahn can accommodate more vehicles. So far, so good. Now, someone may ask, what if passenger cars mingle with the platoon? What if a passenger car wants to move through it? Is that possible at all? And here, seeing is believing. So let's have a look at the main screen again. There's a passenger car on the left lane. This passenger car now wants to take the next exit. It wants to leave the Autobahn. So it starts to indicate and tries to get in between truck 2 and truck 3. And what happens? As the car gets close, truck 3 recognizes it, and as the truck recognizes the car, it increases the distance to truck number 2. The distance gets big enough, the car can move through the platoon without any problem. And the truck can do this without leaving the platoon. So once the car has disappeared, the truck just has to narrow the gap again, and on they go. The entire maneuver was done on autopilot. It was all done by Highway Pilot Connect. The drivers did not have to interfere at all. They could sit back and relax. So let's double check. Driver 3, did you enjoy the show?
Absolutely, Sven. It's fun. We see us later.
I bet. So next task for our platoon. Our trucks are approaching a highway junction. And at the junction, the authorities want us to increase the distance between the trucks. So that's exactly what they are doing. See, the distance grows to 50 meters without the drivers interfering. You might ask yourself, how did the trucks know they had to open up? Well, it's quite easy. They know their position all the time. They know when a junction is ahead, all thanks to GPS and digital maps in the vehicle. And let me add, soon after the junction, the trucks will narrow the distance again. So far, everything was done on autopilot, or to be precise, on Highway Pilot Connect. Still, sometimes our drivers are back in charge, and the trucks tell them so. This might be the case, for example, when the road marking is fragmented, and the trucks cannot find its way anymore by using its radar. And this might also be the case when the truck is blinded by snow, heavy rains, or by dirt. In a nutshell, whenever the truck cannot do its work 100% precise, it asks the driver to take over. And that's also the case when our platoon has to change lanes. We'll show you that right away as we reach another section of the A52. Here the platoon has to change from the middle to the right lane. This has to be done manually as the truck cannot monitor its back. Sensor technology is not ready for that yet. So let's watch it on the screens. Hans just set his right indicator. Straight away, the drivers in truck 2 and truck 3 get an information on their display. A lane change is required. Please take over the steering wheel. And once the trucks are on the target lane, the drivers can let the system take over again. And that's exactly what happens. Our drivers switch off the turn signal, take their hands off the steering wheel, and Highway Pilot Connect takes over again. Okay, now there's only one thing left we'd like to show you. The last trick is, surprise, dissolving the platoon and switching back to manual mode. So let's do this, starting with truck number 3. Our driver deactivates the highway pilot, and immediately he gets the info on his display. We are decoupling. The truck automatically enlarges the distance to the truck in front of him, and then the driver is asked to take over the steering wheel, and now he has left the platoon. The same happens now in truck number 2. Michael, did you deactivate the highway pilot?
Yes, Sven, we are decoupling.
Well, see, the distance grows bigger. Now Michael has his hands back on the steering wheel, leaving the platoon. And all the trucks are traveling on their own again. All right, guys, you're in control again. Thank you all very much. Great job. Well done.
We enjoy it. Bye, Sven. Bye, everyone. And we will see you in a few minutes when we are back in the hall.
Well, I bet. But we're not done. Ladies and gentlemen, let me first conclude by saying that we'll continue to test the Highway Pilot Connect extensively. We are committed to take it to serious production. We are leading with respect to autonomous driving, and connecting our autonomous trucks was just the next logical step. And with that, I hand over to Wolfgang again. Wolfgang.
Thanks, Sven. Great job.